The galaxy had stopped thinking about Earth long ago. To most alien races, humanity was only a small footnote in history, a forgotten species living on a quiet blue world. Many believed humans were weak, slow, and far behind in technology. Alien scholars even laughed when they heard old human stories about bravery, lost heroes, and secret fleets. To them, these were only legends, fairy tales from a primitive world. But they were wrong, very wrong. Far from every eye, deep in the cold darkness of the Kuiper Belt, something was moving. Silent structures the size of cities floated between frozen rocks. No alien ship had ever detected them. No spy, no satellite, no scanner had ever reported their existence. These structures were hidden inside the void for a reason. And on that quiet day, when the galaxy looked away again, a new signal woke the darkness. Commander Aaron Hale stood on a vast observation deck, staring at the pitch-black space outside. He was one of the few who knew the truth that humanity was not weak, not forgotten, and definitely not unprepared. The hidden Warfleet, built in silence for more than 100 years, was almost ready. Every ship carried weapons the galaxy had never seen. Every engine used tech aliens thought humans could never understand. And every part of this fleet existed because humanity had learned a hard lesson centuries ago. Never let the galaxy decide your fate. Far across space, alien diplomats joked about humans again, calling their old stories childish myths. None of them knew those myths were real. None of them knew that Earth had been preparing for a moment long overdue. Commander Aaron watched the first warship awaken. Its engines glowed blue. Its armor lit like burning stars. Humanity was done being ignored in the far reaches of the solar system. The hidden Warfleet began to stir. One by one, the dark metal giants activated, their hulls glowing softly as ancient systems came back to life. These ships were not built for show. They were built with purpose, quiet, cold, and deadly. Inside the command ship Eclipse 1. Commander Aaron Hale watched rows of screens flash online. Each display showed a vessel waking from its long sleep. The crew, trained in secret and raised away from the public eye, moved with perfect discipline. No one spoke loudly. No one panicked. They had waited their entire lives for this moment. Low vibration passed through the floor as the reactors reached full power. The silence of the void broke with a deep hum, like a sleeping giant taking its first breath. But far away from this hidden awakening, the galaxy remained clueless. On the other side of known space, the Vexorian Council held a meeting. High Lords sat around a glowing table, laughing at the new rumors spreading through trade routes, rumors about humans building ghost ships. They waved their hands, dismissing the idea as nonsense. Humans, one alien lord scoffed. They cannot even build a proper cruiser. The others laughed. Back near Earth, Aaron Hale received the first encrypted message from the planet. It carried only 4 words: "The galaxy mocks us." Aaron understood the meaning. For decades, humanity had listened to insults, to jokes, to lies. They had remained silent. But silence was never weakness. It was preparation. He turned toward the viewing window. Outside, thousands of ships were lining up in perfect formation, engines burning blue like stars being born. The hidden Warfleet was no longer a secret, and soon, the galaxy would learn what humanity had become. The first movement of humanity's hidden Warfleet did not shake the galaxy. It did not create fear or panic. In fact, no alien race even noticed. The fleet shifted silently, leaving its century-old hiding place like ghosts rising from darkness. Commander Aaron Hale watched the ships take position around a massive circular station. The gate. This was humanity's most dangerous creation, hidden even deeper than the fleet. It looked like a giant ring of black metal, floating lifeless in the dark. But it wasn't lifeless, it was asleep. Arin gave the command. Begin ignition. A deep rumble echoed through space as the gateforge lit up with bright blue light. Ancient engines rotated with a grinding roar. Sparks danced across the ring like lightning moving across metal. Slowly, the structure awakened, revealing a swirling vortex at its center, a void gate. The first human-made, jump gate capable of bending space without alien help. No one in the galaxy believed humans could build such a thing. No one even suspected they knew how. Eren stared at the giant vortex forming inside the ring. Soon, he whispered, back in the heart of the galaxy. The alien Vexorian Council received a strange message, an old human distress beacon, one they had ignored many times before. But this time, the signal carried a pulse, a rhythm, a warning. Council leader Zavak frowned. What is this, a joke? No one in the room understood the code, but one young officer did. His scales turned pale as he translated the signal. It says, he swallowed. It says, the void opens. A silence filled the room. Meanwhile, in the outer dark, the first Warfleet ships lined up before the glowing gate. Their engines matched the pulse of the swirling vortex. Humanity was ready to step into the galaxy again. But this time, they were not coming in peace. The void gate roared like a living storm, its swirling core bright enough to paint every ship in blue light. As the vortex stabilized, Commander Eren Hale felt the deck vibrating under his boots. This was the first time the hidden Warfleet would move as one leaving the solar system, entering the galaxy that had mocked them for generations. Fleet, prepare for transit, Eren ordered. His voice steady. Thousands of ships shifted calmly into formation. Their engines glowed brighter. Their metal armor, thick and black, reflected the swirling blue storm of the gate. Every crew member knew what this meant. Humanity was returning to the stars, not as victims, not as prey, but as a power the galaxy had underestimated. The first ship, a massive dreadnought named Obsidian Spear, advanced slowly toward the void gate. Its nose touched the edge of the vortex and then vanished. In a blink, the ship slipped into another part of the galaxy. The fleet followed, vanishing ship by ship, line by line. No alarms, no explosions. Only silent departures into the unknown. Inside the Vexorian Council chamber, panic grew. How can humans activate a void signal? Zavak snarled. They can't, another lord insisted. Their world is primitive. The young officer shook his head. If they built a gate, then the legends were true. The room fell quiet. Far across space, the obsidian spear emerged from the vortex. It now hovered above a distant star system alien territory. Its scanners detected signals, colonies, and fleets belonging to the same species that had laughed at humanity for centuries. Eren's voice echoed through every ship. Remember the centuries of mockery. Remember how they dismissed us. Today, we show the galaxy what humanity really is. The fleet's weapons powered up. The war drums of Earth began to beat. The obsidian spear hovered in silent orbit above the alien system. Below it, the Vexorian patrol fleet rushed into formation, confused and unprepared. Their scanners flickered as they tried to identify the unknown intruders. The readings made no sense. Energy signatures to advanced armor to dense engines far beyond anything they understood. To them, it looked impossible. To humanity, it was only the beginning. Commander Eren Hale stood at the center of Eclipse One's bridge. Around him, officers monitored the alien fleet's movements. None of the humans were afraid. They had trained their whole lives for this moment. Sir, an officer reported, the Vexorians are attempting to contact us. Eren nodded. Open channel. A hologram appeared. Vexorian Commander Tarlok, his eyes wide with confusion. Identify yourselves, he shouted. No species in this region uses such technology. Eren did not raise his voice. We are humanity. Tarlok froze. Impossible. Humans cannot. Eren cut him off. You laughed at our legends. You mocked our stories. You dismissed our warnings. He stepped closer to the hologram. Now you face the truth. Behind Eren, the entire Warfleet revealed itself, ships, decloaking one by one. Surrounding the Vexorian armada like giants waking from deep sleep. Tarlok's shock turned to fear. This cannot be real. Humans were weak. Eren stared into his eyes. We learned to grow strong in the dark. Before the alien commander could respond, alarms echoed through the Vexorian ships. Their sensors struggled as human warships locked weapons with perfect precision. Aaron gave his order calmly. Without anger, without hate. Disable their weapons. Leave them helpless. Let the galaxy witness our return. Energy beams shot forward, clean, controlled. Flawless. The Vexorian fleet never stood a chance. For the first time in centuries, the galaxy felt fear of humanity. The Vexorian fleet drifted helplessly in space. Their weapons offline, their engines disabled. Not a single ship was destroyed, yet every alien officer felt the same cold truth. Humanity had returned, and they had returned powerful. Commander Aaron Hale watched the silent battlefield from his command chair. Human ships floated in perfect formation, surrounding the system like a steel storm. No one fired again. No one threatened. Humanity had already made its point. A communication request appeared on Aaron's screen. This time not from the Vexorian commander, but from the Galactic Council itself. The very same council that once mocked human legends. The same council that laughed when Earth spoke about ancient heroes and hidden strength. Arin accepted the call. The faces of dozens of alien leaders appeared, all shocked, all speechless. Council Speaker Dravox finally found his voice. Humanity. This fleet. How long have you been hiding this? Aaron answered calmly. A century. The council chamber erupted in chaos. Some shouted in disbelief. Some trembled. Some demanded security scans. But none of them dared insult humanity again. Aaron continued, his voice firm but controlled. You ignored us. You mocked us. You erased us from your history. But humans do not break. We rebuild, we rise, and we return stronger. The council quieted. This, Aaron said, motioning to the fleets behind him, is not a declaration of war. It is a reminder. Humanity will never be looked down on again. Silence spread across the chamber. For the first time, respector appeared on their faces. Council Speaker Dravox bowed his head slightly. What do you want from the galaxy? Aaron stood tall. Recognition, respect, and a seat among the powers of the stars. The council exchanged uncertain glances, but none refused. Humanity's legend was no longer a joke. It was reality, and the galaxy would never forget their return.